Hey guys, welcome back. So it took a while for this maybe last message around why are all the pretty girls celibate. And again, I want to say this, all women are beautiful. It's just kind of a play on how women who really protect their energy and are very conscious about who they share their sexual energy with, even their energy within their friendships, and just their energy as a whole. They're just really conscious about how they live their lives completely, and they've really taken the time to slow down and get to know themselves and know what's truly in alignment. And so this message today is around embodiment. Now, embodiment means actually having your beliefs and your values expressed through the way that you live. And often many of us contradict our beliefs with the way that we actually show up in the world. And so this is a lack of integrity. And the thing is this often, kind of always, is not anyone's fault. The truth is like a lot of us, I'm very fortunate to live in a different type of community, but most of us living in the US especially are so disconnected from our bodies, and it's intentionally done by the government, honestly the dark forces, the dark energies that are at play that are trying to prevent humanity from waking up. And so this comes through caffeine, alcohol, processed foods, sugar, television. Like, honestly, I can't even watch most mainstream TV shows or movies anymore. I immediately start to notice the programming that's in them, and I have to turn them off. It's of course in social media, and this has just become the norm for everyone to absorb these things. And so people are just receiving all of this input, this stimuli from other places than within inside their own body and their own mind, their own spirit. So what I'm noticing is a lot of people are disembodied and their nervous systems are dysregulated. They're not taking the time to slow down to listen and tune in. They're just responding to the outside world. And I got a message from Spirit that said that 30% of women are not connected to their bodies, that are dysregulated, and 90% of men are unregulated. And this is huge. The disparity between the two is huge, but the amount on both sides is alarming. And so what I want to say is that I believe that even men, this is really the bigger point within this, is that as I've been on my journey of celibacy, which is now a year and 4 or 5 months or something like that, baby girl, it's okay. I have actually come across men who also feel very strongly about protecting their sexual energy. And one man told me that actually he just doesn't sleep around because it takes away from the energy that he wants to be putting into the life that he's creating. Another man had been celibate for even longer than I have, because he understands the powers that are available through divine union, so he just doesn't share his sexual energy openly. And another man said that he really waits a long time to connect sexually with women unless it's a very rare experience. And he does this because it then confuses the emotions and creates attachment too early on. And here's the big one. So I was at a festival not too long ago, and I was having a challenging LSD experience. And a friend that I'd made at the festival came over and was like, hey, how's your night going? And, I opened up about this entanglement that I was having with the fact that in that moment, it's interesting, it's kind of past now. It ebbs and flows. In that moment, I was realizing like the connection that I really desired was sacred union, that I was there at this festival, but that I'm so selective. I know exactly what it is that I want and that I need. So, I really haven't been dating, and yeah, anyways, what happened was, it was just this big vulnerable share of mine, which he very much was like, yeah, tell me, I want to know what's going on. I would love to listen. And when I shared, he shared with me that he'd gone through a really big breakup. I think he said like 3 months prior. And he said, he's like, whenever I'm connecting with someone sexually now, he was like, I think to myself, this is not the man that I want to be. And, as he told me this, like, it just brought me to tears. Like, it really made me cry, realizing, oh, wow, like, men are also feeling this way too, but men are going ahead and doing it. And it's this 90% of men being dysregulated from their bodies, that they're able to actually allow their bodies to do things that actually are not in alignment with their soul and their heart and their spirit and what they truly, truly want and desire. So the message today is that we're really not that different, men and women. And it's just men especially have been programmed to go, 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 work, be productive. And, there's more and more spaces popping up now where men are being given the opportunity to gather in men's circles. And so I'm going to leave this here. There's definitely going to be another video, because there's also, a lot that I need to share around pornography and like sex demons and sex entities that play a big role in this disconnect, this divide between the masculine and the feminine and the human and the body, and the sacredness of sexuality and hookup culture. So thank you for listening. And I want to add that I am a relationship coach, and I really, really desire to call in more men to start working with me. I also hold private one-on-one mushroom ceremonies where I do really deep shamanic work, clearing out energetic blocks that most people are not able to get to themselves. And in a month, I'm bringing a group of 4 humans, so a very small, intimate, juicy container, to the Amazon in Peru to sit with the shaman that I did my dietas and 3 weeks of ceremonies with a couple years ago. This is a very deep initiation for me, and this center, it's just magical. It's just magical. It's off-grid, no internet. We bathe in the river. The river flows underneath the Maloka, so when you're sitting in ceremony, you're being held by the sacred waters. And the curandero who holds the space is just a lovely, heart-centered human, and his space is just so full of light. And I personally do shamanic healings and energy clearings in ceremony. So you can trust, especially with this really small group, that you will have like really strong support and attention to help you lift away the things that are standing in the way of your highest joy. So thank you for listening.